Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to the In Fact Blessing the Airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, happy weekend to you. What's going on? This is Rob the Mad Hatter. We are the SBTV Nation, off and running this morning, and I got both my dogs on the line today. First off, I'd like to welcome back Dr. Dan, the Evil Genius. Kid, how's baseball going?
Man, it's I feel bad again for some of these team bullpens. That hasn't righted the ship. And God, what about those Toronto Blue Jays fans?
Oh, still sinking, huh? My God.
Oh my God, dude. Just I didn't think they were going to be great this year, but I don't think anybody predicted the precipitous downfall. And I just wanted to wish a late happy Passover to everybody, and obviously happy Easter weekend to everybody. I hope you're enjoying it. It's finally beautiful here in Connecticut.
Yes.
Guys, spend time with your families.
I couldn't agree more. Dream, what's up?
What's up? Speaking of spending time with your families, I've been knee deep with my little boys. And
Yeah.
I'm ready to send them off to DCF real quick.
Dream just organized a 5-mile Easter egg hunt for his kids on their own.
Yeah,
Through the
there you go.
woods. We'll see what happens.
I got them in the woods. Yo, trying to get kids outside right now in this day and age is the struggle. I don't know if anybody got young kids, but getting your kids outside, it's like you got to fight with them to get outside.
Well, it's because of the electronics
you
these
dress,
days.
Get outside.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you know what? Back in the day,
I got two daughters about, I think they're around your age, Dream. One of them's outside like 9 hours. The other one, I come downstairs the other day. Her sister's running around outside. She's sitting in front of the TV. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just taking a break from playing. Are you kidding me?
No, they need breaks. Water breaks, they need like sick days. They want to get paid for doing stuff. Dad, can you pay me for riding my skateboard? Like really?
Oh no! My 5-year-old, I grilled some real nice chicken breasts the other night. Made a nice salad. I put it on a plate. She's like, "Where's real dinner, Daddy?"
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
excuse me? You're going
Real
to bed
dinner.
hungry?
Box food. They love the box food.
Dude, I'll feed them gruel if they get on me about that.
No doubt. Good morning to everybody. We are the SBTV Nation, kicking off Easter weekend and kicking off the start of the NBA playoffs. Guys, it starts at 3 o'clock today with my boy right out the gate.
I'm glad you're the only one excited
They
about that.
want to get over. They want to get that loss over real quick so people can, talk about how LeBron is like Jesus and he got killed before Easter and now he's going to rise from the dead and show everybody. But I'll be honest, Hat, your Cavs are dead.
They're dead, huh?
Dead. They just straight dead.
Really?
Look, it's crazy to say this, but it's like Jordan Bulls, right? Unless they win it all, it's like the Cavs, the East is like pitiful, right? But they're going to get challenged. They're going to get challenged by the Pacers. They're going to get challenged in the next round, and then they're going to get absolutely bludgeoned in the finals if they actually make it there.
Dude, the other players on the Cavs. I get LeBron is the best player on the planet. But when LeBron's not in the game or not on the court, dude, it's like the other players are like at Disneyland or something. Like they suck. Like all of a sudden the Cavs become.
Yeah, dude, wasn't Kyrie Irving supposed to be Russell Westbrook? I thought that was what everybody was saying.
You know what?
Year.
You know what? I think what they should do is set up a game plan where, maybe Kyrie rests a little earlier than LeBron. And then when he's resting, Kyrie's ready to get back in. You know what I'm saying? Because you need that facilitator out there. You need that co-captain or captain, so to speak, out on the floor. Having both of them sit.
I don't think they have a solid 6 man anymore.
I don't. You know what, Dan? I happen to agree with you, dude. I think you're right. I don't think they have a dude. And then the whole problem within the whole thing still is Luda know what the hell he's doing.
No, he's
That's true. Him and Roy Williams should get together and figure out. Roy finally bumbled his way to a championship. Maybe, Lou did the same last year. I'm saying, Hat, they're going to be out-coached in most series.
All series, they're getting out-coached.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look at who else is in the East.
Oh,
I mean,
East is. There's nobody you could tell me that's gonna outplay them.
No, we said out-coached.
Oh, out coaching, yeah.
Out-coached, because it's LeBron James, right? I mean, LeBron James is the coach of the Cleveland Cavs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, he's got to come
Pretty
out.
much.
Not only does he have to put up like 40 and 10, he's got to come out and be like, all right, guys, we're gonna pick and roll here, and we're gonna draw this play up. I mean,
the kid Brad Stevens for the Celtics, you got to give him a lot of credit. He has been great this year, and took them to a number 1 seed. So, you know what? Hey, Dream, you know they got to get more involved in the game for the Cleveland Cavaliers? Your boy Def Jeff.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's got the experience. He's the leadership role. Richard Jefferson. Come on, that's the guy.
Dream, you know what?
Is your age.
Dream, you know what I was thinking about is and this. I remember coming on and being like, "Oh man, I really misjudged the Cavs after they bludgeoned the Celtics." But you know what I kind of was thinking about is the year that the Giants won the Super Bowl in 2007, right?
Yeah.
And they lost to the Patriots the last regular season game. They gave up like a crazy amount of points. Everybody's like, "Oh my god." Do you think there's anything, because Brad Stevens is such a dope coach, and he was like, I don't care about this game. I don't want to show anything. We're going to run no new plays. We're going to do nothing. We're just going to play. And if we get beat, we get beat. We'll get them in the playoffs.
That's a great mentality or position to take.
No doubt.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I just don't think the Cavs are that good and the Celtics are that bad. I want to see that 1-2 series.
Well, my thing is, I do think that the Cavs physically are a bad matchup for the Celtics physically. Just their size and their length alone bothers the Celtics, and Celtics aren't able to muscle themselves around the Cavs. So that matchup, as far as the philosophies and the way both teams play the game, to me is a very bad matchup for the Celtics. Now, had the Celtics implemented Jimmy Butler, which is why I was so adamant about the Butler trade, because if they had that prolific scorer the Celtics did, then it would change the scales a little bit, because they'd have a go-to guy in their half-court set that would be an outside threat and also able to create offense off his own dribble. But because the Celtics lack that outside Isaiah Thomas, but he's so small, it just makes it a bad matchup for Celtics in the Cleveland Cavaliers.
No, I hear you. I mean, 3 out of the 4 games between them were real close, and I know I'm hoping we're having this conversation in a month if they match up. But at least the Celtics beat them once, right? So at least they're not going in 0 for the year.
Yeah, right on. Well, the thing is about the Celtics, what they've cleaned up, Dream, is their fouling. Because I mean, they are
fouling a lot.
Yeah, no, but they did a lot more last year. Yeah, I mean, they brought it all the way down. I mean, they're yeah, right. They're just better. They're more sneaky about it. Exactly. But
they're more sneaky about it.
Yeah, but I mean, they've definitely cleaned that up this year. So that's one ingredient to their success, because they do have scoring options. They play decent defense, and you know what? They're a good team. I think this team will get through the rest of the teams in the East. I really do.
So let's get into the Pacers Cavs today. I happen to think that the Pacers are going to rock and roll today. The Cavs are going to rock and roll today as well. The 8.5 is a bit much.
Yeah.
I do think that the Cleveland Cavaliers will come out all guns a-blazing. It will be electric. LeBron has had a great amount of rest. The rest of the guys are going to step up. The only other additive I am going to talk about with the Cleveland Browns that was the missing ingredient from the last few games was Tristan Thompson, who's coming back today in their center spot. So that will help alleviate a little bit of the rebounding woes and second chance shot abilities. I like the Cavs today to get this thing done. I think that you have to get this spread. You have to take 2 off of that 8 and just get it to 6 just in case. But I think that Hat is right. I do think the Cavs will roll in this game 1 today, especially with all the talking behind the scenes about what's going on with them.
Yeah. And you know what? Looking at the Clippers, Fast Eddie just showed me that tickets for the Clippers game and the Cavs they're both pretty low. They start at like $22 and $32. Looking at this game, Dream, I'm in agreement with you. I think I'm going to get it down to 8. I'm going to lay 8 points. Cleveland Cavaliers, I believe, win by 10 or more. Because you know what? After squandering that massive lead versus Atlanta, you know what? If they have a big lead, I don't see them taking their foot off the gas. I think they're going to keep pounding and keep going. And when you have a team come back at you like that, you never ever take your foot off the gas in the next game. I've seen it time and time again. So I like Cleveland Cavaliers to cover the spread.
Played them close over the year, though.
What's that?
They took them to OT. Like a couple weeks ago. That's did beat them once this year.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't. I mean, they've won 2 games where they would have covered this spread out of 4. So it's moving up. So I mean, if you're going to take it, get it now because I'm already seeing 9.5.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So I tend to agree that the Cavs should come out. All fireworks going, but until I see it, I'm not going to believe it. I'm just going to leave it alone.
Okay. I think they win by 10 or more. I think we're good, but I'm going to get it down to 8 just in case. Moving on here to the next matchup.
Dan, I'm going to just stop you because, Dan, that's a great point, and that's what bothers me about taking the 8 is that I know that the Pacers have played the Cavs tight in a bunch of situations. And with Stevenson. And let's not forget, the Pacers did come alive in your last – while Cleveland went to sleep your last few games, the Pacers kind of came alive a little bit. So just keep that in mind as far as momentum going into this game.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised, guys, if Cleveland is down going into the fourth quarter. I don't think they lose the game, but they have not been crisp. And like Dream said, the Pacers have been actually fighting for something for the last, little while, right? So I just think that they could get out and they've been the more, be maybe the more aggressive team. I'm not saying LeBron loses today, but that is a big number.
It's just sad the way, I mean, you look at the depth of this team. I mean, their roster is stacked being the Cleveland Cavaliers. And it's just the chemistry of all these guys just seems like they can't get it done without LeBron on the court. It's mind-boggling, to be honest with you. Because
Tyronn Lue stinks.
Yeah.
All right.
Right on. All right. Move on to the next game. Bucks versus the Craptors. Craptors -7. Under/over of 199. You know what? This could be a defensive showdown here. Obviously, with the total being under 200, but for some reason, Dream, I'm going to take a shot with the Bucks for the series. You know what? I think that this. What? Plus 315? Why not?
No.
All I got to do is catch a game at Toronto. I got to catch one of these two, and then I'm in pretty good shape.
Why? The Raptors are very capable of beating Milwaukee in Milwaukee.
Okay. All right. So where are you at? So you taking the Craptors?
Yeah, the Raptors win this series. I'm not gonna. I think don't get me wrong. There's a chance if you want to take an underdog and you just like that situation, they do have a fighter's chance. But technically, I don't see them beating the Raptors. The Raptors can beat them in Toronto. The Raptors can beat them in Milwaukee. Lowry and DeRozan will be able to penetrate the Bucks' defense. The one thing that the Bucks do have is I think that the Bucks have a height advantage down low in the post, and they'll be able to, they should have a rebounding advantage slightly. But if Lowry and DeRozan are on, especially Lowry, I don't really see the Bucks being a big obstacle for them. I got the Raptors winning this series.
Dan?
Yeah, I'm with you, kind of, Hat. Like, if we're gonna take a shot at a dog, I think the Bucks are one of them, at least in the East. But the problem is like you got a really good team in Toronto, and Toronto has to shut down, Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got to shut down the Freak, and if they do that, I mean, the Bucks are having I mean, it's easier said than done, but I don't think they have another option. I think, I like Toronto enough that they're definitely one of, it's either going to be them or the Celtics against the Cavs. I don't know how it lines up, but I think Toronto gets through, but barely. I think this is a hard series for them.
You could get the Bucks plus 325 right now. If you shop it, probably like plus 340. But
I think, honestly, I think that might be a play because I think you're going to have the opportunity to hedge.
I think there's better series to gamble on than that one.
Like the Clippers?
Yeah, but when you're talking about big dogs and +3 or greater, I mean, you still have a superstar getting +325, and they have beat them, and they beat them most recently.
Yeah, I mean, I got a couple of dogs in this upcoming series of the NBA.
Sure.
I got a good amount of dogs.
You got another one coming today? Because I got one that I
let's see. Let's move over to
the Grizzles. Which I will fall out my chair when you give out the Grizzles.
Dizzle's going to give out the Grizzles. All right, so looking at this, Memphis Grizzlies versus San Antonio Spurs is at 8 o'clock. So they spread it out really good here, guys. They got a 3 o'clock, 5:30, and 8 o'clock, and a 10:30, which is beautiful. Spurs minus 9.5, under over of 190.5. Dan, where you at here?
I mean, I'm not going to play this game. I think the Spurs mush them. I mean, I think this is more of a sure thing. If you want to talk about a team winning by double digits, I think this is much more of a sure thing than Cleve. 9.5 right now. I'm not a fan of this Memphis team, and I think they get taken to the woodshed.
Is it me, or it just seems like these two teams play each other in like every playoff?
It's like almost a baseball series.
Yeah.
Like Yankees, Tampa Bay.
It's because the Spurs are always dope and the Grizzlies are always mediocre.
Yeah, right. It's always the 2-7. It's always the 2-7.
Spurs are always dope, and the Grizzlies are always not.
Yeah, right. Well, they're still in they're still in the playoffs.
Even though I will say though, and I gotta look. You gotta look at who Pop was playing, but the Grizzlies did beat them 2 out of 2 times. And the last 2 times they played, it was close. I mean, 7 points and 6 points. Spurs wins. And before that, the Grizzlies won by 8 and then by 15, and they held the Spurs to 74 points in one of the wins.
Wow.
That's a little bit concerning, but again, I'd have to look back and be like, oh, nobody was playing in those games.
Yeah. Well, you know what I could see? I could see the Memphis Grizzlies getting into foul trouble, trying to defend San Antonio Spurs and all their scoring options. And then San Antonio just hitting free throw after free throw after free throw.
The issue with the Grizzlies is the Grizzlies live off of Mike Conley.
Mm-hmm.
So Conley's ability to dribble, penetrate, and create offensive opportunities against the Spurs is what's plus. Now, what's going to shut that down is here is the exact opposite of Cleveland, as you have one of the best coaches that's ever played the game will be able to shut stuff down, call a timeout, and say, okay, this is what's going on out there, guys, and this is where you need to be to shut it down, which is why I don't think the Grizzlies are going to have any success. The other additive about this game is the Grizzlies want to slow it down and play half-court sets. Spurs welcome that. They love to slow down the game with you. So this game, to me, it spells disaster for the Grizzlies because the strength of what the Grizzlies do is the strength of the San Antonio Spurs, which is why I like the Spurs. I think they cover the 9.5. I'm not going to take the minus 9.5. I think they cover it, and I think they also probably sweep this series.
Yeah, I like getting them in the sweep. I think I took it last year. It was one of the years that I took it and I hit. So, all right, guys, let's move on here. Let's move on to the final game of the day at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got the Utah Jazz at the LA Clippers. LA Clippers were the hottest team in basketball going up until the end of the regular season, winners of 7 straight. They're minus 5.5 versus the Utah Jazz. You guys know I've been a big proponent of this Jazz team, but I think the LA Clippers will beat them. I will take them on a money line, and I'm going to combine it with the Cavs minus 8. That's where I'm at. I like the LA Clippers to win this game and this series as well, because the series is only minus 245. Dream, where you at with that? I'm sorry, Dan, where you at?
Sorry, I mean, I was kind of riding the Jazz with you, Hat.
Really?
I know the last 2 wins, you're going to look at it and be like, okay, who'd the Warriors play? Who'd the Spurs play? But, the Jazz have still been real dope. Road team as well.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Jazz with the number in this game.
You do plus the 5.5.
Plus 5.5.
I hope we both cash. Then I'm taking the Clips money line. I think the Clips are a better team. I really do. I think Utah's getting there, but they're not there yet.
But by the way, did you guys see the Fast Eddie tweet about how many tickets are available for these games?
Oh yeah,
it's a joke.
Yeah, right.
You go to Cleveland right now for $30 and get a playoff ticket, dude. If the Knicks made the playoffs, it'd be like 10 G's.
Oh, the Knicks, and believe it or not, the Miami Heat draws a big number. I mean, I had like not so great seats for a regular season game, and it was like 200 each.
Oh.
It was insanity, and they weren't even great seats.
How do you not sell out playoff games?
I think that they're all at baseball games, guys. I think the Clippers, and by the way, the game's at 10:30. On top of it, I happen to think that this Clipper team, this series, I think the Clippers wrecked the Jazz. I agree with Hat. First of all, we talked about this team. This is their last hurrah of this team being assembled the way it presently is. After this season, they're going to break this team up into bits and pieces and try to shovel them off everywhere. And I think the players are aware of it. This team, all these guys, Chris Paul, Jordan, Griffin, Redick, they've all never played up to the potential. I mean, Jamal Crawford coming out. I mean, this team's got so many valid parts. If they could ever all fire at the same time and be healthy at the same time on top of it, this team was a monster team. I mean, it was assembled, to win a championship, which they've never done. I do think that they show up today, though. I think they show up in impressive fashion against this Jazz team. The one thing you do worry about the Clippers, though, the Clippers are another team that likes to get out to a huge lead and squander it. I don't know what happens to them in that middle to third quarter. It's like they go out to lunch. So the one thing you don't want to see out of the Clippers is that big lead at the half. If they can keep it, up 8, up 6, that's where you like to see them at, and then they can run away with it in the fourth quarter. But a big lead, though, bothers me with them.
Sure. All right. So, Dan, you're feeling some Jazz. Dream and I are feeling the Clips.
Not sure if I'm going to play it just yet.
All right.
But plus 5.5, I do like it.
Get off that Jazz play, Dizzle. Go ahead and hit the baseball.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So let's get right into
it. After Kershaw.
Oh, dude. Well, yeah, let's talk about that real quick. Greinke getting blown up by the Dodgers bats last night, Dan.
Yeah, I knew a lot of people that were like, oh, I kind of like Greinke plus 220 in this game. I was like, why?
No, you know what? I was actually inclined to take Greinke plus 1.5 runs. It was even money. So I thought that was a decent play, but apparently not.
Not walking dudes, getting hit. The Dodgers had a lot. I think the Dodgers wanted to stick it to him too.
Sure.
And Kershaw kind of wanted to stick it to him. Baseball players are like that. They'll, you
all players are like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Pretty much, you're right. But in a 162 game season, you got to sometimes manufacture things to get the team. And it's like, oh, we're getting Greinke. Let's get Greinke. I'd want to get him.
You say baseball players like that? Wait till the Golden State Warriors beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in the finals.
I want to see Golden State up 30 and just keep housing it, draining threes, trying to win by 55, alley-ooping like it's like the Harlem Globetrotters.
Remember KD when Russell Westbrook first came into the Golden State?
What do you think? What do you think the opening? Before this all starts, my big play is for the Cavs to play the Warriors minus 150. Dan, that's not that heavy juice for that to happen. But what I'm saying is that if they do play each other, I think Golden State's going to be minus 280 to 300 to start.
That sounds about right.
That sounds about right?
Somewhere around there. Minus 2. I don't know if that heavy.
You don't think so?
You think it'd be that heavy?
I think so. All right, so
it depends on their. It all depends on their performances though throughout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. All right. So let's journey over to baseball, Dan, and see what you got. You got anything rocking today on this Saturday, the 15th? Because there's a whole hell of a lot of games here.
Yeah, no, the full card weekend, gotta love baseball for that. So a lot of people be rocking out to NBA playoffs, but hey, it's baseball literally all day throughout the day.
Yes.
So, and there's definitely some good stuff going on here. The first one that we can kind of dive into. So I have 2 plays that I have locked in this morning.
All right.
Both dogs. And let's start with the Colorado Rockies and the San Francisco Giants.
All right.
And for whatever reason, I mean, I was all over the Giants last night. The dude that the Rockies were throwing had like an 8.6 ERA, and Cueto was minus 128. Guys, those are the spots right now in April that you got to jump on, because, like, can you imagine if you had that line in San Francisco in a few months?
Yeah,
It'd be like minus 180.
Yeah, exactly.
So, there's some great articles on, what's going on with like the April lines. But here's the thing. We have Chatwood, who is incredibly dope, especially on the road, going against Matt Moore. I know that everybody's loving Matt Moore. I think the Rockies lineup bounces back against him. They have some guys that have hit him before, which I think they'll stack the lineup. Cargo doesn't do bad against him. Nolan Arenado, by the way, is hitting 429 off Matt Moore.
Okay.
So I don't know, man. I just think at plus money on the road, give me Chatwood, give me the Rockies. I think they get the win today.
Yeah, Chatwood, I mean, you and I saw him on the road last year, and he was lights out on the road.
Yeah.
It's
insane. Ridiculous.
Yeah, insane. So that's a spot to take a look at. So you're actively taking a live dog. And you got another one, too.
Yeah. So my pitch has been fade the Klub, right?
Yes.
It's worked out pretty well. He has been terrible.
Yeah, I know. And he's always juiced.
Oh, dude, yeah. Everybody loves Kluber, but hey, guys, he is 0-1 with a 5.25 ERA in his 2 starts. Like, he has not looked good. And if you want to dig into it deeper, he hasn't gone deep in the game. He's throwing a ton of pitches in short innings, 1.3 whip. Like, he's walking people, giving them hits. I don't know why everybody loves this dude. Everybody's all over him. 2014 was an amazing year for Kluber, but he's never had an ERA even close to that in his life. Mm-hmm. And he's human. He's a very good, solid pitcher that'll go out there and give you innings. He's very good. He's not a Hall of Famer. And then you have Verlander, who's having this amazing resurgence, and the Tigers, who look pretty damn good. And plus 137, I understand they're on the road, but the Tigers lineup is going to get to Kluber. And Verlander's striking out 10 guys today, minimum.
Dream, he's on Verlander.
On the Ver, and the Klub is going to give you quantity as opposed to quality today. And see if we can tire all the bats from swinging. I'm listening and I'm paying attention, and Kluber has stunk. I mean, he threw a hell of a lot of pitches that I am aware of. One more thing about baseball, guys. Today is the day that Jackie Robinson debuted playing baseball for, what's his name? Was it Ricky? Branch Ricky?
Yep, and Brooklyn Dodgers. So, everybody will wear 42 today. So, again, you'll have no idea what's going on.
Yes.
It's always really funny. The announcers get super confused because they don't know their own players on their own team by just looking at them.
Yep. That's right. Everybody wears 40. Oh, God. That's got to be.
Everybody wears 42.
Oh, man.
And no names.
The brothers finally get in the game.
Yeah. Wow.
We thank Branch Ricky for making that happen. And
the brothers don't play the game of baseball anymore, though, Dream.
It's unfortunate. I know, I got it, but, big ups for at least letting us have the opportunity.
Yeah.
We got right back to basketball.
Right on. All right,
we can play this. All right. All right.
So, at one spot I'm looking at, Dan, I got punched with the Boston Red Sox last night.
They stink. By the way, the Red Sox stink.
I'm taking them today with Chris Sale on the mound.
You're crazy.
That's a huge juice, though. That's, what do we got, -2?
The -200, but not at -1 run.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think. I don't think they stink. I mean, it's 10 games in. I mean, they're 500. They're bullpen. They need a piece.
Yeah, they
need a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Their lineup is ridiculous, though. So I don't necessarily disagree with you. I don't necessarily. If you're going to get it at -1.
-1.
I mean,
you're crazy. That Rays team has been hot.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Dream. The Rays against Chris Sale in 79 at bats, which is a fair amount, are hitting $139.
Yeah, right.
With only 3 extra base hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not today. The Rays against the Mad Hatter.
No. That's yeah, but that. So when I say the lineup, when I look at these numbers, guys, what I'm looking at is the current players on the current Red Sox team that have actually faced Chris Sale, right? Or sorry, the guys on the Rays that have faced Chris Sale.
Yes.
So it's not trend data. It's, if a guy was traded and he faced Chris Sale 10 times, that still counts, right? Sure. And none of these guys. I mean, you got Kurt Caselli, who's hitting the best off this guy. Evan Longoria, .048 average against Chris Sale. You know what happened? -1 on the Sox today is not a bad play.
Yeah, I'm going to get it.
But hold on a second. Is Chris Sizzle going to be comfortable in the Jackie Robinson jersey?
Yeah, right.
He might try to light it on fire. He hates those throwbacks.
That's the question you got to ask yourself.
Yeah, that is a very good question, Dream. So if you're betting the game, make sure you bet listed pitchers and not action for that reason.
Exactly.
For that specific reason.
I like that.
Yeah. So, and if you don't have the -1 available, guys, you just do the math and basically take the team money line and then take the team minus the 1.5. And if you do the math correctly, it'll be equivalent to betting that -1 line. So that's something to take a look at.
I need to ask you, I'd like you to chime in. I happen to think today, I think a great dog is the St. Louis Cardinals, as I think that CC Sabath is a rat. And I don't like the Snakes.
Winners of 6 in a row now. Yankees are kind of on fire, and the Cardinals look kind of like garbage.
Yeah.
And that's just when it's time to flip flop.
I hear you. I think yesterday was a big gut punch to St. Louis, and I rode St. Louis yesterday, and they had 2nd and 3rd and 1 out, and they don't cash runs, and they're doing things that just are not St. Louis Cardinal like. I'm with you, CC Sabathia. I don't know how he's even going out there anymore. I'm not really sure, but
you know how he is the paycheck is getting him out there.
Yeah. Hey, I'd be doing the same thing. But I don't disagree with you. I mean, I like Martinez a lot for St. Louis. It's not a bad play at -108. It's just the St. Louis Cardinals bullpen is god awful too. You cannot trust them at all. So that's another concern.
Okay, got it. So that's all you have for plays, Dan?
I mean, if you want, I have one that goes back to our beatdown. A lot of them used to do that.
Yeah.
Because you got the Cubs at their Cubs at home against the Pirates today this afternoon.
No lie.
And you have Arrieta against Tyler Glasnow.
Oh wow.
Arrieta 2-0 with a 2.08. Glasnow 0-1 with a 27 ERA.
Nice. That could be
obviously this is something that you gotta pair.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe this is actually, this play, I'm looking at it. If you go Red Sox Cubs money line parlay, I think that's a pretty good play.
Yeah, that's a really conservative, safe play, I think, as well. Because the Cubs are -255.
Exactly. So let's see. If you put that together, I'll do the math right now. But if you put those two together, I mean, you're still coming out at close to plus money, right? Yeah. No, you're over. You're plus 101.
I got plus 108 over here.
Those two, you're plus 101.
I got plus 108 over here, brother. So that's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, guys.
There it is.
So that sounds good. Dream, are you on any NHL today?
I definitely am. The NHL punched me in the face last night with the Minnesota Wild.
Oh, yeah, I know.
don't know what happened to the Minnesota Wild. Everything else worked out. Oilers beat the Sharks like I called. You had the, Pittsburgh murdered. Listen, this Pittsburgh Penguin team, gang, they are a problem. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, The Pittsburgh Penguins, the Columbus Blue Jackets were dope. Okay? Fast, could score. The Pittsburgh Penguins basically punched the Blue Jackets right in the face and said, like, we don't care that you guys are dope. We're dope. This is our house. We're not having it. What the Pittsburgh Penguins did yesterday to the Blue Jackets is to me was just one of the most outstanding. It just shows us how good this team is and how much of a problem this team is going to be. Obviously, barring any injury that should occur during the season. Anybody worried about the Penguins' goalie play, don't be worried. The goalies are fine. And actually, I'd hate to see them switch the goalies at this point. I'd like to see Fleury stay in there and just handle his business because you hate messing with the chemistry with a team that's hot, and they're hot right now. As far as tonight, and I know we got to get out of here, but as far as tonight is concerned, listen, you got the Caps back in action against the Toronto Maple Leafs, which I happen to absolutely love the Caps in this spot again. I know they went tough the other day, and I know the Maple Leafs came out and scored two really quick and put a scare into those that wagered on the Washington Capitals. Don't get nervous. Caps should handle the Toronto Maple Leafs today without a problem. However, my favorite game of today is Chicago Blackhawks to come back against this Predator team. I mean, we need the Blackhawks to bounce back. I know the Blackhawks are not trying to go down 2 games at their house. It's an 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time start. I really like this Blackhawk team to win. Hopefully the other players get involved and not try to stand around and wait for Patrick Kane to create offense. We need Taves to get involved as well. We need everybody on this Blackhawks team to get involved. And I need Rene not to stand on his head today in the goal and give up some goals. I'm going with the Blackhawks. It's my 5-star today, and I also like the Capitals. The other 2 games I'm going to stay away from. I have an opinion. I do like the Senators, and I do like the Flames, but I'm not going to play either one of them. I like the Blackhawks. What I'm going to do is I'm putting the Blackhawks with the Pacers. I said not the Pacers, the Cavs and the Spurs as a money line par. That's my play for today, and I'm going to take the Washington Capitals on the side by themselves.
All right, so I got to just my man Joe Everett just gave me some ideas here, and he's put in the Cavs, Clippers, and Cubs in a moneyline parlay pays plus 135. Dan, not bad. And then I'm looking at a 4-teamer.
4 parlays.
Yeah, I'm looking at a 4-teamer and adding the Red Sox to it, and plus 254. That's probably where I'm going. I feel
you're going to be
real
going crazy
calm.
because like half those games are going to be going on. More than all of them. It's all like 3 and 4 o'clock games.
Perfect. Get my money early and kick rocks.
Yep.
So, Dream, any more hockey thoughts?
No, that's it for the hockey. We'll be back with some more on Monday. Again,
yes.
We're not going to be on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Easter. We are not going to be on for Easter. We wish you guys the best of luck. As far as tomorrow is concerned, and in basketball, obviously, I like Golden State, which is not really a big shocker. I also like the Celtics, which isn't a big shocker. As far as the Wizards Hawks, I'm staying away. And as far as the Thunder Rockets, I'm staying away as well. And as far as the ice is concerned tomorrow, we'll go with tomorrow's a break with the ice. I don't like any of the ice tomorrow. I'm going to go with a break and watch everybody at home do their thing. We already have the series bet in, which is, which we're letting that ride. So tomorrow on the ice, I'm going to stay away from the ice. So listen, tomorrow's basically just going to be a day of rest for me with some watching going on. And I may get involved with Golden State, but I don't know to what level because I'm already seeing 14.5, and I'm not really excited about getting involved with that.
All right. Sounds good. So, Dream, what do you got to do to close out of here, brother?
Want to thank everybody that's retweeted the show. We got USA Sport 24. We got Joseph Del Rosario, Terrence Mack, Vegas Girl 92661, G Rose, Fast Eddie's in the house, Jim Rome's a douche, Direct Sports Solution, Cash Action Best, Mario Martinez. Also, send big shouts out to OJFB. I can't get the names off the top of my head today. Check out Tiger Clinch. Check out Urban if you guys are looking for any UFC. I don't know what's going on as far as that's concerned. We've already talked about the plays as far as today is concerned. Most of us are on the Cleveland. We all seem to like the Cleveland Cavaliers, correct?
Yes.
We all like the Cleveland Cavaliers to win today. I don't like them to cover their spread, even though I think that they probably will. But I'm going to be on the Cleveland Cavaliers today. I am also on the San Antonio Spurs today. I happen to like the Clippers, but I don't know if I'm going to touch that game. That's just a small like. As far as the hockey's concerned, as I just said, I'm going to go Chicago Blackhawks, and I like the Washington Capitals. And I may dabble in the Cubs and throw them in the mix some kind of way as well. Best of luck, guys, and happy holidays. Wish you a nice Easter, and we'll see you on Monday.
All right, sounds good. Dan, your closeout.
Yeah, so again, we're going to roll with the Rockies money line, the Tigers money line, and then thanks for talking me into it, because the Cubs Red Sox money line parlay is my favorite play of the day. So we're going to roll that. Again, happy Easter to everybody. I'll try and put out as many baseball plays tomorrow as I can, but I am rotisserieing a 7-pound leg of lamb. So I'm going to be a little busy. Oh, yeah, baby.
I got to go eat at your place, dude. That sounds great. Guys, we love you to death.
By the way, I wanted to thank Dr. Dan. Dr. Dan consoled me last week and told me that in the fantasy league, had I played anybody else, I would have won. And had Dan played anybody else this week, he would have lost.
Yep, Irv got me. I'm tied for first place now.
Oh,
It'll
okay.
happen.
All right.
They got the lowest points in the league, gang.
All right, guys.
I have 6 of my pitchers left started between today and tomorrow, so let's see what happens.
Oh, there you go. All right, guys. Enjoy your week. Happy Easter. Happy weekend to you. We'll see you Monday. Go out there. Get that money. Let's go.
Peace.